I had never worked with like waste materials. I was always very drawn to working with my hands and working with different materials, but I had never worked with waste materials, and the idea of coming up with new materials was completely new to me. So during MDEF, we had a course called Remixing Materials, which I think was my favorite course out of all of them, just because it connected with me a lot. And I also really enjoyed the process of mixing and experimenting and kind of not understanding or not knowing exactly what your final result would be, but having the process evolve and learning a lot in failing and trying again and mixing again, and I liked that a lot. So the project I'm working on right now is called the Bagacera project. Bagas is the leftover fibers after you boil the sugar cane to extract the sugars. I'm working with a Brazilian restaurant in just like a 5-minute bike ride from my house, where I pick up the sugar cane usually like once a week. After they press it for juice. From there, I'm like drying it, blending it, boiling it to extract the fibers and doing different treatments, and then mixing it with either just pure sugarcane or with natural additives. I've just been starting with like a prototype for a lamp shade, and then also some woven surfaces for maybe that could be used for like doors, for a cabinet, or for room dividers, or decorative panels or something. After the MDEF program, they gave us the option to do a second year called Mention Research, and there's basically no classes, but it allows you to develop your project and use the studio spaces and such. I am preparing these to take to the studio later to cut them, and then I'm gonna do some material testing with the machines that they have at Elisava. For example, these ones here are cut already to the size for the flexibility test, and then once it's broken, you can download the data and get information. And because I'm doing it with like all of the different materials, I'm able to compare which ones are more flexible, which ones are more fragile. My idea is to sort of take the information that I gather and then analyze what are the possible applications for the interior design and interior architecture sector.